I'm gonna tell you guys what really happened on my trip to Turkey and why it ended up with a two-part series. 165k on the original video, 1 million views on the follow-up, 500k views nearly on the story time. Basically, the truth is, I told my friends I know how to make a viral moment. When we were in the Uber on the way to the airport, all of us were quite tired. We just had a long holiday, had a lot of activities, and now it was time for an early trip back to the airport. I sat there and I looked around and I said to myself, we kinda all look annoyed, mildly, and I knew you can make a narrative. The thing about social media is that if you want virality, you need to get engagement, and one of the best way to gain engagement is through controversy. A group of guys falling out after a holiday, it already has enough spice to draw people in. A lot of women are used to watching long-form storytime content to get a lot of juicy gossip, and for a lot of men, they were shocked by the concept. I saw comments where people were saying, I've never heard of this happening in a lad's holiday, soft behavior, or starting gender wars, that kind of thing. But the point stands, a lot of people are going to be interested in knowing why all of us are looking upset. But wait, there's a video of us in the airport and one of my friends is walking away from us. Someone even said we're walking like the Bermuda Triangle in 3 points, which was really funny. The truth is that once I showed my friends the first video from the Uber, they laughed and they said, yeah, this is actually quite funny. So when we were in the airport, I filmed them and said, just keep walking in different directions. So I posted that first video and on day one, it only got about 9,000 views. So what I did was I reposted it again with the airport clip this time so that it looks like there's a bit more of a narrative, and that's what really hooked people. Once that video started gaining serious traction, I said I'm going to make a story time. And this is the key part. When you do a story time, you need to drag it out. I effectively said nothing in those 2 minutes and 50 seconds, and yet a lot of people would have watched a lot of content just to realize I didn't really say anything of substance, and that's because there was nothing of substance to begin with. I don't want to come on my high horse and say this is why you should never trust anything on social media, yada yada yada, because of course I misled people in a way to make it seem like there was something where there never was. However, I hope that this makes you question the kind of content that you consume, and you also question why certain people like engaging with certain types of content. Because the thing is, even before I came and said I would do a bit of a story, about 40% of the comments were already determining what happened despite there being no narrative provided. People saying we fell out because of money, people saying we fell out because of girls, etc, etc, etc. So many people saying so many things with certainty, and nothing could have been further from the truth.